Okay, we're going to be discussing a few subjects here. One is lane changes, staggered formation, hand signals. We'll start out with staggered formation. There is your perfect staggered formation. Why do we want our group motorcycle rides on a staggered formation down the road? And the reasons for it is that if there is a road over here and there's a car, or we call them cages, wanting to enter the road, and they start creeping out here, they see this big group, it's a heck of a lot easier to see than if there's a biker way up here and there's a biker way down here, and as soon as this one goes by, they figure, well, it's clear, and then they go and they crash into the other bikes. We want this formation tight so that when this car or cage comes out here looking to get into the road, it's like the big tractor trailer that they're looking at, and they're going to wait for the entire group to go by before they go plunging into the road. Another reason a tight formation is very important in group rides, and this is the Jersey crew riding style that I'm talking about here. People can do whatever they want to do, and when they're riding with the Jersey crew, this is the way we do it. If the formation is tight and you have a cage over here, he'll refrain from wanting to cut into you. What he'll do is he'll either wait for the pull in behind and go around here and go up and pass you this way, or they'll pass you on this side. But if there's some bikers who prefer, for whatever reason, to lag behind, then that gives these cages opportunities to cut into the group. We don't want that. Obviously, if you have a tight formation and a cage wants to cut through and is determined to cut through and has no respect for bikers, then you give that cage a wide berth and let them go through. Every biker is responsible for their own personal safety. That's the bottom line. So we want a staggered formation so that each biker has an escape route. In case something happens unexpectedly, they can move left, move right. If the formation is too tight, you're going to wind up crashing into something. So you want to maintain a staggered formation, and you want to maintain a distance between the bike in front of you and the bike on either side of you. Well, what is the rule of thumb? The rule of thumb is the distance between two bike lengths between the bike in front of you. You want to maintain that gap. You don't want it 3 or 4 bikes, you don't want it 1 bike. You want 2 bikes or a 2-second time lapse between the bike in front of you and a bike behind you. What is the 2-second rule? Well, let's say you've got the road captain leading the ride, and you got, let's say, a pole or something over here. As soon as you see the bike in front of you pass that pole, you count 1 motorcycle, 2 motorcycle, and if that pole is over here at 2 motorcycle, then you know you're 2 seconds behind the bike in front of you. 1 second or 1 bike length between the bike in the front right or in the front left of you. That's the formation, and that's the distances that you want to maintain in our staggered formation system here. Now, hand signals. The road captain will give the hand signal, obviously. He's the leader. He'll give you the left turn signal with his electronic and hand, but mainly we're talking about hand signals. We're not relying on electrical signals. And then each biker behind the road captain should transmit the hand signal all the way back to the tail gunner. For an example, let's say there's a roadkill. The road captain will give the roadkill signal, and each biker passes that signal to the back. If someone runs over a roadkill, it's because the biker in front of them did not give that biker a heads up, or the biker was not paying attention. So it's important to pass signals back. We will go over in another session each individual hand signal, as we do before every ride. before every ride, we go over this information. Lane changes. Main thing I want you to get out of this video. Let's say the captain wants to move the group over to this lane right here. What he does is he gives a signal, and then everyone behind him passes that signal on to the tail gunner. The tail gunner is the one that looks back there and sees if there's any traffic coming. If he's able, he makes his move and secures this lane. And then once you all see that the tail gunner has secured the lane, you may one at a time move over until the last person to move over is the road captain. That's the ideal situation. That's the ideal way to do it. But as long as you see that the road captain has secured the lane and there are no residue vehicles in this lane, you all may move over at the same time if you wish. But there will be times when there's a lot of traffic, and yet the road captain wants to change lanes even though there's a lot of traffic. Well, the tail gunner will make his move as soon as he can, but there'll still be vehicles here. So obviously, once he's secured the lane and there's still vehicles here, wait for the vehicles to pass you by. The road captain will slow it down enough to allow the vehicles to pass by. Then you each make your lane change, and the road captain will be the last to make that change. Okay, that's it for today. The next video will be hand signals and different road strategies. Thank you for your time.